All right, welcome to our third game to talk about for week number 3 as we got Jake, Bobby Live taking on Ace, Raging Vet. And these are going to be fun games to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee you that. I sat through some of these games, are just crazy to me. So let's just get started here with game number 1. As Jake is starting with the black pieces, and we got Ace as the white. Ace starts off with the Van Krook's opening, but this is actually his version of the French defense. He uses it every time, even if he's white or black. C6 by Jake. We got a Carol Khan by Jake. Just putting pawns in the middle. I mean, he needs a pawn to be right here, though, for the Carol Khan to work, but whatever. Knight to E5. Already, Jake has the advantage here. Jake goes C6 with the bishop. Ace now going to push a pawn up. Jake's not going to take it. Instead, he's going to put the thing right there. And right there, Ace runs into the Carol Khan defense. And this is what the Carol Khan likes to do. You just take the pawn here. Like usually this pawn takes and then this pawn takes. And then you have the structure settled this way. B5 checked by Ace here. Gonna block it with the bishop. Does Jake. Ace just gonna take the bishop. Jake gonna move the queen out of the way, and now Ace is in full control of 8.7% like winning advantage here. And the whole move right here is to move the knight out of the way. And I believe you can win material this way if you move it. You can move it here and you get material regardless because you get like this. But I don't think that's what the engine wants you to do. They want you to take the horse. Which then you gotta move here, and then you can just probably steamroll? Okay, whatever. Let's get back to the actual game, though. We got check here by Jake, who goes after the horse instead over here. Okay. Just leaving the bishop to dry. And then we got horse going after the queen. Ace gonna move the queen back. Queen goes in. Jake is forcing a queen trade, everybody, and Ace accepts. Okay. So we got some queen trades here. I'm surprised I'm surprised Ace actually went down and forced it, and then Jake just accepted. I'm so kind of surprised that Jake even wanted to do a queen trade there. Takes the horse, does Jake. Ace moving in. We got a pawn move up. We got the horse in a nice spot there, and there's a nice spot for the rook to be in. B3. Jake moving pawns up here. I mean, okay, I don't know what Jake's doing here at this point. Ace, I think Ace wanted the castle. I don't know what this was. If he did castle, he'd be on C. Oh no, he can't castle because this is in the way. Oh, that's okay. I wonder what Jake's gonna do here. He moves the horse in. Ace moves the rook. He's gonna try and trade rooks here. Jake goes and takes the check. Oh my god, Jake. He goes and takes the rook. Ace has a rook, though, he can take right back. He does take it. Horse, there's a check as well, but we're at 8.1 in advantage for black now after the 2 checks. And the reason for that is that the rook is not defended. To defend the rook, you have to move probably the rook to C7 and get another check. But instead he goes for the horse, and Jake just takes the rook here. We got the king moving after the horse. Pawn goes down. Ace takes the pawn. Jake goes and puts the king in check. Check. Ace moves away. Rook coming down to try and give the king a hard time. He does. That's a check. Jake is now just moving the pawn freely. There's nothing the ace can do. The ace's king is in the middle of the board. It's basically in hellfire. Ace just gonna take a pawn. Ace gonna get close to the king. There's mate and 8, mate and 9. It's hard to see though when you're young, when you're rookie chess player. Let's just say 8. 7. Mate in 1. Mate in 1. We just go put this here and finish the game off, Jake. That's all you gotta do. Instead, he goes with the pawn. Okay, we got mate in 2. Okay. Just gonna let him take the pawn because he wants to get his queen in the way. And Jake learns to do that. Jake also could have did this as well for checkmate, but like Jake does the... He could use the queen. He could use the rook. He could use anything, but he gets the job done against ace in game 1. Good win for Jake. Let's get to game 2. Alright, so ace is now down a game. He needs to win this next game to really save himself in this tournament here. Ace hasn't had the best tournament so far after 3 weeks. Jake moves the queen pawn up 1. We get the ace's French defense. Jake is like, I don't want to lose this bishop. He should move it down because this was coming. And then you'd have to move it back this way anyways because of that. But anyways, ace gave him lucky by putting the horse out. Okay, cool. The horse is now trapped. Ace is going to make that bishop have to move over here now. Jake actually does move it. Ace has just trapped the bishop, ladies and gentlemen. What do you do here if you're Jake? You gotta let him take the bishop. Just start finishing your development. Put this here. Get this out next once he, like, capture this and then, you know, or don't capture that one. Capture this one. Open up your H file right away. Jake puts the bishop in the middle. Okay. Jake, take with this pawn. It's not the end of the world, but still my point stands. Open the H file, make that rook be wide open for the taken. This just damages your structure of your London system. Because it's obvious Jake's running a London system. You can just tell. We got bishop in that spot here. Ace is going to try to take advantage of having a bishop up. Jake going to lock down the position. Not bad. Ace going to go in for probably the middle pawn here. Going to probably throw some pieces at it. Probably this is coming next. And then we're going to have like some trades here if it happens. Smart move by Jake. He pins the knight to the king. Ace says, hello, bishop. Why are you doing here? Ace is going to force that bishop out of there. Now, the main thing you do here is usually you want to go here and, like, trap the bishop in. But the pawn is defending it well. So, I mean, you might want to, like, actually... You can still do this, yes. But at the same time, you might want to just trade in your bishop first. And then make it happen. Because then you can't really stop it unless you want to pull your queen out early. But Ace goes 8 with the rook, which is a bad move in general. You don't want to move rooks like that right away because this does nothing really. What are you really defending with moving the rook right there? F3 by the knight. G4 pushes the knight out of the system here. And it does. Ace is in full control again. I'm expecting some trades to come sooner or later, or maybe we see this. This is in danger right here. I mean, all depends on what you want to do. We'll see what Jake does. Ace is going after the horse. He just goes in and takes it. Okay. The king's going to take this, but I think Jake's going to force him out with a check. Oh, he's going to go at... Okay. Oh. So this is coming. This is definitely coming, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to move that king this way. And if you get rid of this bishop here, I don't think you can stop it. Because a checkmate, I think, is coming. I mean, you want to get right here, you want to get right here, and force the king in this square when you get right here. And then what, like, it's just this bishop is saving it right now, but we'll see how it goes. Ace is going to go and throw the rook in the way of the queen. Goes in for the check to Jake. Oh. What are we seeing here? Ace can't take. Ace can't take because of the queen. Oh. Now, of course, if we're talking, this is obviously the better move, and that's like plus for Ace. But I think Ace was trying to take over the king, but he realized the queen can't take, so he just goes back instead. into a little cocoon, and Jake now goes in on the assault. There's a check again. You can't take the bishop because of the check. You have to force the move right here. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Jake will take game 2 against Ace in a dominating fashion. In 18 moves in game 2, Jake wins the set against Ace. Now, if he wins game 3, he gets 9 points, and that's going to be Dangerville for anyone in this tournament. It was such a dangerous move here. I think Ace just wasn't paying attention to the board, didn't see the bishop, would take the bishop. And, of course, just moving the king in that spot right there, that's what cost Ace. And Jake took advantage of it, which is shocking. Jake actually seen the move and did the right move to win the game. So congrats to Jake on that win for game 2 and winning week 3 here. But we got one more game. Jake needs to win this game to get the full amount of points. Ace needs to win this game to get at least 2 points. Jake has already won the set. Let's get game number 3 out of the way. We start off with Ace going with his French defense with the opening of white. And I say French defense because that's what they always say. Wow, we got pawns moving in like fast structure here. Jake's Carol Khan. That isn't really a Carol Khan right now because there's no piece right here to really, play against. But it's there regardless. B2. Ooh. We got the bishop down here to F5. Bishop goes in for Ace. White bishop's going to try and trade the white square bishops. Jake pushes it back one. He wants to actually trade on his own terms. I'm guessing he wants to open up the H-file. Ace doesn't take it, though. He's saying to Jake that if you want to trade bishops, you're trading on my terms, not yours. Jake decides to pin the knight to the bishop instead. Pin the knight to the queen instead. Ace says, I'm going to force the issue. And this is just a free pawn. That's not, I don't know what Ace was thinking there with the pawn right there. I mean, you didn't have this before doing this. It was just a free pawn. Now you gotta like get there, and then you can't really defend it or stuff like that. So we'll see how Ace does. He puts knight on G1, okay. I mean, you can just push it back now. Or push it in. I would push it back right here. It's better on this square. It's better defend, like, pinning the knight to the queen instead of being forced right here where it pins nothing and really does nothing in this scenario right now. H3, now your bishop is kind of trapped. You gotta move it back to here or here. Okay. Not bad. Ace gonna push the knight in. Not a bad push. Not a bad push. Not a bad push. We see that Jake decides to open up here with the G6 pawn, with the G pawn. Moving up one, and the reason why is because he probably wants to get the bishop over here or over here. I don't know which square he wants to go to. F3 going after this pawn right here and making it where he's going to be losing his rook. If Jake does not see that and not know how to defend that, which is this or this, keeping the bishop right there is also smart. But right now, Jake just puts the bishop on the file, going after the knight. Knight goes in. Just take. Just take. Jake says, if you want to do that, I will do this. I see, Jake, that's a nice move right there. Now, like, Ace has to decide. He wants to take his rook. Well, Jake's going to take his rook. That's not a bad move. Ace does take. Jake will take the rook right back. This knight is in La La Land right now, which means it's trapped. And that bishop's going to roll the way back to take the knight as well. So he wins the knight as well for what he did right there. Awesome move by Jake. I'll give him claps for that one. That was a great move. Horse moves out of the way. Jake, just zert that right back and take that horse. Okay. Want to get the queen out. That's cool. I mean, you didn't have to lose the bishop, though. Just take the horse. Look at what is Ace gonna do now? Like he's down like a bishop, he's down a horse. You have all your pieces intact right now. I mean, I'm guessing Jake's gonna take the horse now. Yep. So basically, he lost a bishop for a horse, a rook, and a knight. He has 2 knights, I believe, now, right? Oh no, he could have had 2 knights if he took this knight too, but nope. Oh well. It happens, man. Sometimes you just gotta pay more attention to the board. That's all I gotta say about that. Ace moves the king up one. Scared of getting put in check, I believe. This is not a best case scenario for Ace, though. I mean, honestly, if I'm Jake, I'm just pinning that rook to the king now. Okay, he's learning from me, I guess. Okay, not bad. H3, forcing the bishop, just push it back one. Or just take the rook and put the king in the check. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, okay. Maybe move this pawn up one here next by Jake. Get the queen out of there and put him in check again, and then go after the horse. We'll see what Jake does though. Move the queen back. Okay. He's gonna go here and then gonna trap that trapped horse is finally gonna be taken probably, but you can't really go there because of the queen. You better like realize that. Queen goes in the G7. This is basically trying to get out of the hellfire right now. Not a bad. I would have left the queen there because Jake might have thought that he could go here and like get the king in like check, but not realize the queen can take. Horse goes out. Check by ace. King moves out. We got a pawns moving up here. Ace has only lost 1 pawn in this game. He's down material, I believe, but he's not like out of this matchup yet. This is still anyone's choosing right here. What is the next move for Jake probably to do that would actually be good? Maybe develop, maybe get some pawn breaks here. We'll see. Moves the horse, okay. Ace is gonna go after the horse and go after this pawn next, but that pawn's kind of defended. And this is where, if I'm Jake, I'm going in for the check. Make the king move out of the way. But then you really have no other moves after that. So, I mean, it's like, okay. And this is where you kind of wish that the pawn right here, that this horse was not there. Because then you can just trade queens. But, because I don't think if Ace didn't have his queen, I don't think this game would actually be this close. Just being honest with you guys. But Jake goes in right here. Ace is going to try and get the queen here. Check right there. Not bad. Moves into the horse. Horse moves back. Not bad defense by Jake. Bishop goes, takes the pawn. That was a beautiful take, by the way, by Ace. And that bishop was the reason why this was not, happening at all. Queen goes down, going to try and defend, and now we're in an even game here. Queen takes the horse. Jake puts the check in. And Jake is now in desperate need of checks, so he's going to take checks, and he's now going after pawns here. Check by ace. If he went in right here, I believe the game would have been over with a checkmate. So Jake did the right move going back. In fact, I believe that's checkmate, isn't it? Yes, it is a checkmate. So good move by Jake, moving out of the way. Queen goes in for a check. Queen takes the pawn on the E file. Check by Jake. Check by Jake. Check. Check. Would you want to do that? I don't know if you want to do that or not. It looks hopeless for black, but this might actually help. Because queen might take this, but then you can do something like this. It's very hard to say. And they're saying go e5 and just give up the pawn to get a better like position for your queen to get the end of this game. But if you trap in the bishop and the horse, you cannot finish off the job here. It's a very interesting game right now. We got a very interesting, like, close game here. Ace has most of the advantage, but who knows if Ace actually blows it. We go to C4. All right, we're back down to even, by the way, says the bar. Jake takes the pawn. Ace gonna respond. Um, honestly, you might want to lock the position because here's the thing: even if you do this, like, you don't want to take you get a pass pawn. I mean, yeah, you get a pass pawn, but you're in mate in 2, so I don't know if you really want to do that or not. Is the thing, but right now Jake did take the pawn. Ace takes the pawn back. We got a stalemate in a way. Jake has the advantage here. Jake needs to do a horse to c6 because it attacks the queen and it also gets the rook out. Jake doesn't see it. He goes for the pawn instead, leaving the queen wide open for the take. Ace takes. Pawn moves up. We got mate in 5. Mate in 4 now. Good move by Ace. Really good move by Ace. Horse moves in. We got mate in 1 because this is coming in. And Ace gets the last game against Jake and wins in a stellar fashion right there. Man, there was just nowhere for Jake to really go in the end right there. And Ace just played a really solid game at the end and wins the game easily against Jake. So now our point structure looks like this between Ace and Jake. We got Ace with 13 points. He's 1 and 2. That's why he's in 4th place. While Jake is 1 and 2 with 11 points. Not bad for Jake, to say the least. Man, it's close, man. Anyone can win on any given chess tournament day or week. That's all I gotta say about that. Our next video will be reviewing Linty versus Billy. When we're back for that game, we'll review that game. And of course, Crusher versus Jeff would also be reviewed as well, but that game did not officially happen, so we'll be taking, a break from that. So yeah, I'll be back later, guys.